Welcome back to my channel. Thanks you guys for coming back to this channel where we are going to continue discussing about the predictions of the Euros 2024 that is upcoming on Friday the 14th of June 2024. So in the previous video I talked about my predictions concerning the group stages. So here we are going to continue talking about the predictions, but here we are going to look at the knockout stages. So we are going to look at the knockout stages till the finals, and I'm going to reveal to you who is my favorite and who I guess or I think is the winner of this Euro, of this tournament that is upcoming as from Friday, from the 14th of June to the 14th of July 2024. So if you have not watched the previous video, I would like you to go and watch it before coming back. And I thank you very much for those who have watched the previous one and who are here. And if you are just from discovering the channel and that you are a fan of football, you are welcome to the channel. And I would like you to subscribe and to, how can I say, and to sustain or to help the channel grow. Voila, if I can put it like that. So even if you don't understand English, but I think that English is a more global, language. Je m'exprime aussi bien en français. Voilà. So I also discuss in French. So even if you speak in French, there is Google Translator or editing, so you can mention your comments or anything. We are going to discuss that in the section below. So don't before continuing or before mentioning anything else, please, I will invite all of you watching the channel or watching this video that have not yet subscribed to subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel, and you can, and please like the video. It is free. It does not cost you anything, just a like, so that such that the video can be referenced on YouTube. Like, and if you have anything to say, you can mention it in the comment below and share to your friends that are also fan of football. And I also want to precise that I don't advise any of you to use my predictions for betting games, because this is just out of feeling. It's not something that I've maybe analyzed the statistics and everything. No, it is just out of feeling and what I've been seeing of the previous tournaments or the previous competitions and the players that have been selected and the previous preparatory matches that just ended. I think was day before yesterday. So that being said, let's continue with the prediction. But before continuing the predictions, I want to show you guys some pictures. So here we have Xavi Simons that has taken a photo shoot with the Netherlands kit. You see the guy is full of confidence, and you can see from his facial expression that he can't wait for the Euros to begin. Next, we have Jude. God saves the king. Jude is back, and he entered the training ground today full of smile and impatient for the tournament to begin. The number 10 of the England national team, winner of the Champions League with Real Madrid, best player of Real Madrid this season, best player of La Liga this season, 19 goals in the league. Wow, extraordinary stats. Then we have our very good old friend and old man, Cristiano Ronaldo, that is playing his 6th Euro, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 24, 28, 2012, 2016, 2020. Yeah, 6th Euro. Wow, this is a world record. I don't think any player has ever played 6 Euro. It's impossible, first of all, because the longevity of this guy is just impressive. So Cristiano Ronaldo 6th Euro, impatient as usual, hoping to win it for the second time after what he did in 2016. So this is one of the guys that the new format has favored, because if we were in the format of four groups or four groups of four where you directly qualify for the quarterfinals, Portugal could not have reached the finals, or they could not even qualify for the knockout stages. So this is the first team that benefited from the new format of the Euros competition. So after this image, I would like to show you the last image of the most selected 11. We have Jordan Pickford, Rudiger, Van Dijk, Frimpong, Theo Hernandez. In the midfield, we have Jude Bellingham, we have Florian Wirtz, we have Bruno Fernandes. Up front, we have Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe, and Kai Havertz. This midfield is just so funny because all these three players are number 10s. Who is going to play 6? Who is going to play 8? So, but it is all about being a star. When you are a star, you have the votes to enter the top 11 of a competition. So it's just normal. But if this team had to play, I don't think that they will be able to win anything because this midfield defensively it is going to suffer. But two great defenders, yes, two great fullbacks, and the attack we have Kylian, we have Harry Kane, we have KKK, Kylian Kane Kai. Okay, that means continue with our predictions here. Uh, Spain Turkey. I will not make any suspense or anything. Normally, Spain is supposed to qualify here. Normally, Spain. Then Germany against Denmark. Denmark is usually not a small team in big tournaments. We saw in the last Euros, despite what happened to Eriksen, they were still able to deliver a great tournament despite what happened to their player and everything. So they have never been ridiculous in these tournaments. But Germany, as a favorite, I see them qualifying. Even though if I was Nagelsmann, if I were Nagelsmann, I would not play Gundogan as a number 10. I would better shift him by the side of Tony Kroos because he wants to play Andrich and Tony Kroos as a double pivot. Because Andrich is a more defensive player. He's that type of N'Golo Kante. Because not even N'Golo Kante, he's that type of which defender? Gattuso, if I can even say Gattuso. He's that type that he is il est rigoureux quoi. Il est dur sur l'homme, voilà. So he's that type of physical player, always in the interception and recovery of the ball, pressing and all the right, but technically he's not that fine. So I appreciate the idea of putting him beside Gundogan beside Toni Kroos because Toni Kroos is that type of midfielder that is technically fine. So if you put beside him someone that is not technically able, it's not that a big deal. But Gundogan as a number 10, Gundogan is not really number 10. When you have two number 10s in your starting 11 and you put them in the positions where they are not really alive, where they don't really, where they cannot really show their full potential. So I'll better remove Andrich from that midfield and even maybe play a player like Pavlovic, but Pavlovic is still young, so he can wait. And then you shift Gundogan beside Toni Kroos, play Musiala as the number 10, leave Florian Wirtz on the left wing, and then you bring in someone like Sané on the right wing before leaving Kai Havertz up front. Why not even full crook? Because Fulcrum can really serve at that fixation point for the wingers, and the real winger there is Sané. Vit is going to play a bit like a number 10, but you already have a number 10 like Musiala who can also switch to the wing and things like that. Than to play both number 10s on the wings, you don't really extract the full potential from those two players. But that is my own idea. Nagelsmann is the patron. He's the one who is going to have the final say on it. But I see Germany qualifying, even though we had things like Fulkrug and Rudiger, they almost fought, and those things are not really pleasant to hear or to see for a team that is 3 days from launching their tournament at home. Those stuffs, I am afraid that they can create a something like a bad atmosphere in the group, but they are professionals. They will know how to handle it. If I'm not even mistaken, they have already handled it. Very fine. Now, this is the real match of this. This is the real match here. Portugal against Italy. I see Portugal. Why? Because they have really they have an attacking potential. Ronaldo, Fernandez, Bernardo Silva, and Rafael Leao that are really good attacking players. Compared to Italy, that if you compare their team for these Euros and the previous Euros, maybe there are only 5 or 6 players that are coming back. So you see that there is a whole new team that is coming to play these Euros that have not played so many matches together, that do not have that experience that the Portuguese they have. And the manager also just came in after winning the Scudetto last year with Napoli. This year he just left his pseudo retirement to come and manage the national team of Italy, but I don't see them winning Portugal. I think that Portugal est plus rodé. Like there's really that cohesion in Portugal more than in Italy, and that Portugal is going to qualify for the quarterfinals. Netherlands against Ukraine. Ukraine, they usually do a good tournament, but I think that here if they lose against the Netherlands, it's not going to be a scandal. It's not going to shock anybody, except because here, if the Netherlands are the one who are knocked out, that is where we are going to be shocked, because normally the Netherlands here have to qualify, because I see that the favorites here are supposed to be qualifying normally. the favorites have to qualify here normally, except if, because it cannot lack. There is always going to be a surprise. It can never lack. Morocco in 2022, Croatia in 2018, even in 2021, the Euros, Spain, we did not see Spain reach the semi-finals. No, not at all, because they came with so many youngsters that were not even used to playing together. Pedri, Busquets that was already old, Alba was still there, Morata and things like that. So why not? Because even the 2018 Germany that is knocked out by the by North Korea and things like that, there are always surprises. We have in the Euros 2004, we had teams like Republic Czech, the Greece national team. So there are always surprises. So it will not surprise anyone that there are surprises in this tournament. But normally, I'm talking about based on the logic. Netherlands are supposed to qualify. Belgium are supposed to qualify here, even though the Serbians they have quality in their team, but I think that Belgium they have something to prove after being knocked out in the group stage in the World Cup 2022. I think that they have a point to prove. They Brindan made some talking about the fact that the team was already old and stuff like that. But I think that this time you have players like Doku, Tielemans, Openda. So you have youth in your team. And even the fact that Thibaut Courtois was not being called up, that is a very big question mark. I don't know what the manager is thinking, because that is the best goalkeeper that Europe has. We have seen him, he came back from injury, yes, but he was still able to deliver in the finals of the Champions League. So not bringing Courtois to this Euro is like, I don't know, shooting a bullet in your own leg. But he knows on what he counts. So normally Belgium, they still have quality to qualify against Serbia. France against Czechia. Normally France, they are supposed to qualify. I don't think that they will do us what they did in the previous Euros against who was that again? Was it Switzerland? Yes, Switzerland. Now Kylian Mbappe is a very good penalty taker. So even if it reaches the penalty stages, I think that everything is supposed to be fine normally. Now England against Poland, even if at this stage I think that maybe Lewandowski will be back if his injury is not that bad, but England they are the favorite. So they are the number one that have been that are expected to win this tournament. So it will be a very great shock if we see Poland lose against if we see England lose against Poland. And I think that Poland played against France in the last World Cup in this same phase, the round of 16, and I think France they won like 2-0, 2-0 or 3-0. I don't remember even. So that being said, Switzerland against Croatia. Croatia they are mostly performant in the World Cup than in the Euros. So this is going to be a match to really watch or to really look at. But I still see them passing. I still see Croatia passing. So we have Spain, Germany, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium, France, England, and Croatia. So here, the choice was not really that difficult to make. I think that there were still some underdogs here that normally are supposed to be eliminated. But we are not free from surprises in real life. The next stage is where it is really going to start to become serious. Now, please to see. Oh no, listen, quarterfinals. We have reached the quarterfinals. Spain against Germany, Portugal against Netherlands, Belgium against France again. Semi-finals of the 2018, finals of the 28, and semi-finals of the 2010. Portugal against Netherlands. England against Croatia. I think these two were in the same. No, it was England, Belgium, and Croatia. I think these three teams, England, Belgium, and Croatia. People are going to tell me in the comments if I'm mistaken, but I think these three were in the same group stage in the. No, no, they were. And what, if I'm not mistaken. Now look at those two teams. Germany, defensive. central defender, but they are very good players on paper. The attack of Nacional, the nations, they were in the semi-finals of the previous Euros, and now they have more quality in their squad. So it's really complicated, man. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to choose here. Really, I don't know. It is very difficult to make that choice, but I will go for Germany. Yeah, I will go for Germany. Why? Because Mr. Manuel Neuer, even though he made that mistake against Real Madrid, that I cannot imagine the frustration that the Bayern fans club or the Bayern fans had from that mistake. But at least Manuel Neuer has always delivered. Oh, okay. Let's leave the 2018 World Cup. Let's say it was they had to undergo the bad luck of the winner of the previous World Cup. Let's admit that. But after that, Manuel Neuer normally he's supposed to be in a very great shape. Rudiger, Florian Wirtz, like Tony Kroos last tournament, and so you see that storyline. At least Germany has to qualify, and there are things like that. So they don't have the young, but they still have other players. Xavi Simons that I showed you at the beginning of this video. So against Portugal, Portugal lost against Croatia in their previous match. So I see the Netherlands qualifying. Not because the Portugal lost against Croatia, but just because their new manager, they have not been their qualifying group was I can say the easiest. So you cannot be based on the qualifying to say that Portugal is really back on the top and things like that because they still have things to prove. Yes, they have Ruben Dias, they have Pep, they have Bruno Fernandes, Rafael Leao, Cristiano Ronaldo, Gonzalo Ramos, and things like that. Yeah, but I think that they still have to like play so many matches together before coming back to challenge for a competition. The Netherlands, they are not that top, but at least you have players like that Manchester City defender Ake, you have Van Dijk, you have players like yeah, other players. I don't even Xavi Simons and all the other players. So Netherlands normally they're based on the coherence of the group because on paper Portugal is superior, but now can they really form a team and play together to win a tournament? We are going to see with how they progress across the tournament. But for now, I see the Netherlands qualifying here. Belgium, Belgium. Yes, you are still constructing something new after the disillusion in the previous World Cup. But I don't see you guys winning France. I don't like France has they have been evaluating. Even though some players like Varane, Lloris have been taking their international retirement or they have retired, but France they know how to they have so much quality in their team that like normally so they have to qualify. England have to beat Croatia normally. Yeah, Modric last tournament normally, but Around him, I don't see a very great team. So England normally they have to qualify, even though England still have an interrogation mark or a question mark in their defensive line because Luke Shaw is still injured. Yeah, you have John Stones, but with who? Maguire is injured. Shaw is going to start the tournament on the bench because physically he's not 100%. But at this stage, I think he will be back. But yet, on the right, you have Walker. But yes, beside Stones, who is going to be there? Beside Rice, who is going to be there? Is it Gallagher? Is it Mino? Is it Trent Alexander Arnold? Who? On the left, when Shaw is not there, you can put Trippier. Yeah, but defensively they can manage. Pickford is always delivering great performances with England. So normally everything is supposed to be alright. All right. Now, place to the semi-finals. Oh, England against France again. Germany against the Netherlands. Germany, you are at home. You are in your own stadiums. You are reaching the semi-finals. You have the Netherlands on the other side, like you are facing the Netherlands. Normally, you're supposed to qualify. So normally, Germany is supposed to qualify against the Netherlands. Normally, because I look at the potential between the two teams. I see Germany qualifying against the Netherlands. Normally, Germany has to qualify. I don't see being a great threat to the Germany national team because it is Germany. That just one, he's building something like we are having something like the Germany of those days that usually reach at least the semi-finals. Nagelsmann is trying to build something, so I hope that he will be able to really build it and win the Netherlands in these semi-finals. Now, France against England. Yeah, yeah, I see England qualifying for the finals because England they have a point to prove. They are the favorites. They have to go and win their first trophy like since the 1966. But they have, yeah, I will talk about that in the finals. So, like we saw in the previous World Cup, the match in the quarterfinals, France against England. France, they were just lucky, or they were just decisive. Like two very dangerous situations, and they scored two goals. Chouameni, very great shot out of the box, and a very great header from Giroud. Two goals. Harry Kane had two penalties. I don't know because he had his goalkeeper after the hot was face to him. He panicked and he just kicked the penalty up to the fans like good, we are out. So but I think that this time with Jude Bellingham came out and puissance like Jude Bellingham, and if he is able to replicate what he has done this season with City, coach partner that can enter easily. You have players like but honestly, finals, finals. I didn't expect this video to be longer than the group stage video, but we had so many things to say that we have recorded for 24 minutes already, and we are reaching the decision of the final. So before telling you who I expect to win these Euros, like to do two storylines. Firstly, Toni Kroos last tournament at home with Germany. Is he going to like take the retirement of his football career like a god? Like he has touched the sky because winning the Champions League, winning La Liga, winning La Super Coupe d'Espagne, winning the Euros at home in the same season, and then taking his retirement. That is just going to be wow. Toni Kroos a fini le jeu. Toni Kroos has done it. Like this is the last thing that is lacking to his palmarès. And what a mieux to win it at home in the last match of your career. That is just going to be extraordinary. Secondly, of Harry Kane and the England national team that won 1966. You have Harry Kane that has not won any trophy. Can you imagine? Bayern Munich that won, I don't know, yeah, and at least we're always winning other trophies, German Cup, the DFB Pokal, and things like that. The year Harry Kane came, nothing. Like white season, blanche sesh, like nothing. He did not win anything, zero trophy. Like it's like this guy is cursed. It is just like he is cursed. But you have players like Bellingham, Jaka, that is like a princess story. Hmm? You have players like doing an extraordinary season, but you know, Jaka is actively is trying to touch the Premier League, but City is just extraordinary. On the other hand, you have so season last match of the career or in his career. Yeah, I think Germany for me, I think to it and to win the reach a club that is winning at least the Bundesliga. It's like they cannot win anything. Statistically, he always scores. He's a great goal scorer, and nobody can put that into nobody because he had everything to win the 2018 World Cup. But I don't know how managed to create that. And England, when he faced like this was the year that with Belgium, and we were supposed to reach the finals normally. But Belgium, but finally they played but the small final. So, but they had everything to win. I don't know. Something is always wrong somewhere for Harry Kane. Like I just have that impression and that feeling that the way Toni Kroos is going to end his career is just going to be a very beautiful story, and his storyline will just be perfect from the beginning to the end of his career. But what at this point, it means that you really love football. Subscribe, comment, share. Like I will expect this video to really explode because these are my own predictions. And thank you for watching. Me too.